You know, it's that time of year. Gyms are absolutely packed, new planners are flying off the shelves, and everybody is setting these huge, ambitious goals. But what if the entire way we think about changing our lives is just fundamentally broken? Today, we are diving deep into a really powerful protocol from the writer and thinker Dan Koe. And it's a protocol that promises to fix your life not over the next year, but in one single focused day.
So let's just start with a hard truth, okay? About 90% of New Year's resolutions completely fail, most of them by February. But here's the thing, this isn't because you lack willpower. It's not a failure of discipline. It's a failure of strategy. We're all out here trying to build a brand new life on top of a foundation that's basically rotting.
In this quote from Dan Koe, this is it. This is the core idea of his entire philosophy. See, the problem isn't what you're doing, it's who you're being. You just can't force a bunch of new habits and actions onto your old identity and expect them to stick. It's never going to work. Real, lasting change only comes when you transform who you are at the deepest level.
So what does that mean for us? It means we have to flip the script. We have to focus on our identity first and then let the actions just follow naturally. It's a total reversal of how pretty much everyone else tells you to approach self-improvement. Let's break down what that actually looks like.
Okay, so look at this. On the left, that's the path we all know, right? You try to force yourself to be disciplined, you focus only on the actions, and it's just a constant, exhausting battle. But on the right, that's the Dan Koe approach. You change your identity first, and then the new behaviors just become easy. They become automatic. Think about it. A professional athlete doesn't have to force themselves to train. It's just who they are.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Your current life, it's not some random accident. It's the perfect outcome of the goals you're currently running on, even if you don't realize it. You know, that procrastination you beat yourself up about, that isn't laziness. It's actually a goal to protect yourself from being judged if you fail. And that dead-end job you feel stuck in, that's you achieving a goal of staying safe and predictable. Your life is basically a machine that's perfectly designed to give you exactly what you're getting right now. So to change the results, you have to reprogram the machine itself.
So how in the world do we start that reprogramming? Well, it begins with a tool that is surprisingly powerful, and it uses pain, not pleasure, as its fuel. It is time to define your anti-vision.
So what is an anti-vision? Forget your dream board. This is the polar opposite. It's not about what you want to move toward. It's about what you desperately need to run away from. By making the consequences of doing nothing, of staying the same, vivid and visceral, and honestly, a little repulsive, you create this incredible internal motivation that sheer discipline could never, ever match.
So let's actually build one, right now. Ask yourself this, and be brutally honest. If you stay on the exact same path you're on right now, what does a random Tuesday look like 5 years from today? Seriously, where do you wake up? What's the very first thought in your head? How does your body physically feel? The more specific you get, the more powerful that emotional push becomes.
And now, let's take it even further. Let's fast forward to the end of your life. You did it. You played it safe. You stayed comfortable your whole life. So what was the final cost? What potential did you let die inside of you? This is about coming face to face with the ghost of the person you could have become. And finally, here's the gut punch. I want you to cut through all the smart, sophisticated excuses you tell yourself and you tell other people. What is the real, maybe even embarrassing reason you've stayed stuck? Is it just fear of what people will think? Is it pure laziness? Find the reason that makes you sound weak or scared, not the one that sounds reasonable, because naming that is the first step to taking away its power. Okay, with the power of that anti-vision now lighting a fire under us, we can assemble the full one-day protocol. This is how you take all of this psychological digging and turn it into a massive internal shift, all in a single day. The whole protocol is broken down into 3 simple phases. The morning is for that deep work we just talked about, getting crystal clear on that painful anti-vision and also a simple minimum version of your vision. The daytime is all about breaking your automatic unconscious patterns. And then the evening is for taking everything you've learned and turning it into a real plan. So for that daytime phase, you're going to interrupt your own autopilot. Just set a random alarm on your phone, say for 1:30 p.m. When it goes off, you stop whatever you're doing and you ask yourself this exact question. Your actions reveal your true priorities, and this forces you to see the huge gap between what you say you want and what your actions show you actually want.
Then, in the evening, you put it all together. You synthesize. And this isn't about blaming your circumstances or other people. This is about identifying the real root cause. What is the core belief, the internal pattern that has been secretly running your life this whole time? You have to name the enemy before you can begin to fight it.
So, you've defined your new direction. You've reset your mindset. But how do you make it all stick? Well, Dan Koe gives us this final, brilliant framework. Stop seeing your life as a chore and start treating it like a game that you're actually trying to win.
I mean, look at this. This model just reframes everything perfectly. Your vision, that's what it means to win the game. Your anti-vision, well, those are the stakes. That's what happens if you lose. A big one-year goal, that's your main mission. Those one-month projects you tackle, those are the boss fights where you gain experience points and level up. And your daily actions, those are the little quests that unlock all your progress. This makes the whole path forward feel clear, engaging, and honestly, a lot more fun.
So, we end with this one simple question. After all the deep thinking and planning, the protocol brings you right back to a single, tiny, actionable step. It's not about this massive, overwhelming transformation that has to happen overnight. It's all about identity. So ask yourself, what is the smallest possible version of the person you want to become that you could actually be tomorrow? That one little thing, that's where the real game begins.